The current time is 4:42 p.m. Eastern. Hope everyone's doing well. None of this financial advice. Please trade your own risk. Okay, so we'll pick up where we left off, covering ES and BTC. Pretty quick update here is the prior ones. Why? Because it's just going as planned, right? So there's really not too much for me to update on. We have the same support here at the 4203 spot 5, which it did respect. And then we actually got a break above the 4225 spot 5, so 4225 spot 5. We're basically testing the all-time highs here, so of course it's going to get a little bit of resistance going into the close. But in short, though, I am looking for a continuation higher towards 4,300. The support I have here again, it's still the 4203 spot 5. As long as it sustains above that in the short term, I'm just looking for a continuation upward. Am I saying that it's going to pull back downward from there? No. Honestly, it could just sustain above the 4225 spot 5 as highlighted here and just continue upward, right? So in general, I'm bullish and there's really no change from the prior update. It's just a matter of, in my opinion, for me, it's just a matter of when, in terms of the lower time frame, because of the fact that, again, this has been resistance here several times already. Basically just around the 4239, literally where it is here, right? And this is the exact resistance. We've seen it here, throughout here. So again, there's really no change at this point. I'm just looking for a continuation higher as of now. If it does pull back and get below the 4203 spot 5, doesn't mean I'm bearish. No. Price could end up just coming down as it did here during this correction, but continuing the uptrend from there. All right. So I'm a bull, no change whatsoever, and that's kind of how I'm playing it for the time being. And that's basically it in short. Let's head over to cryptos. I'll cover BTC quickly as well. So yeah, I didn't even expect this video to be more than several minutes. We'll talk about BTC though for a couple of minutes here because it did have a drop again. And I saw that there was a lot of fear, retail traders and all that stuff. But we did get a bounce, right? So what is next from here? We got a front run of that 27734 spot 00 that I was talking about, Bitstamp chart, right? So it'll vary by a few dollars. It's still underneath the 33K. So what do we need to look for here for, to turn bullish, right? And to assume that a low is in. We want to see some type of consolidation develop, right? Essentially, we don't want this to get back below the 30,261 spot 13. If it starts pushing there, at that point, I would look for a continuation lower towards 25K, and then we would just assess it from there, right? If a low would actually be in at that point, and if we're going to get a sharp bounce, right? Which I do think we'll get a sharp bounce at some point. It's just a period of a period of correction, not consolidation. It's just a corrective period to the downside after a large run-up. Obviously, BTC gave back a large percentage of gains. But again, it's still up, 50% plus from the prior all-time high in the 2017 bull run. So there is that. But going into this, what do we need to look for to, signal that a low is in? Either price can continue upward, and then from there, just establish some type of range. I'm not saying it's going to look exactly like that, but I'm saying you just want to be patient, wait for price action to develop further, so that you can get some type of confirmation, right? I'm not saying this is the exact thing it's going to do. If it ends up exactly doing this, it doesn't mean, I called it or something like that. I'm just illustrating the fact that as a visual aid, that we want to see some type of sideways movement to confirm that there is accumulation going on, there is a stop, there is a low in place, and then we just take it from there, right? So again, if it does start pushing back down, I'm looking more so towards 25,000, and then at that point, I'm looking for a really sharp bounce. Is it going to be some type of V-shape, bottom and then just rip to the upside? No. It can, bounce heavily, somewhat of a V-shape in the beginning, consolidate, and then move its way back up. Because I do think, again, that we're going to see, at a minimum, right, some type of relief rally here. In regards to the altcoins, though, I will say this, even though I'm not covering them in this video. I believe I mentioned in the last video, or maybe the one before, just keep an eye on the BTC pairs, because honestly, they don't look good. So me personally, I'm abstaining away from them. I don't think that at least against BTC, they're going to do well in the short term. I think if anything, some of them, the couple of the ones that I'm watching that I have an interest in, they definitely have some downside to go. So I'll just remain patient. I primarily focus on equities and futures, anyways. So, and with cryptos, it's very cyclical throughout the year. We all know this, right? It's like a few times a year is when they really shine, and then they go through a corrective period / consolidation, and then they run up again in a short period of time, so on and so forth. So it's kind of, basically I'll just hop around, right, and see. But equities and futures are obviously my primary. For those of you that don't know, that's basically where the bulk of my experience is. Not just trading wise, but professionally, back in corporate life and all of that too. I was in finance prior to, trading independently and and all that stuff too. And then with Green Charter, the trading group that I have with Bold Trades that I work with, if you're familiar with him on Twitter, I retweet his stuff. He's my best friend. They talked about him in a couple of videos too. Just amazing. But anyways, just going back to BTC, sorry for my rants. Just looking, you need to see some type of consolidation. And then going back again with the alts, I just don't like those BTC pairs. I think many of us would actually agree on that too. You can just clearly look at them and then see what I'm talking about, all right? So again, in short, to summarize, ES and the BTC, ES, I'm looking for further upside overall. BTC, you want to see some type of consolidation here to confirm that there's some type of low in play. Or, we can assume that there might be one more push down, okay? Essentially, I know there's a lot of fear in the market. I think everyone's trying to go short and all this stuff. Do I think it's, recommended to go short right here? No. Personally, no. Why? Because it's already ripped to the downside in excessive percent, so obviously the risk to reward may not be there. If you do short it though, just keep a tight stop, and then you just have to be agile and just look at the lower time frame, not get stopped down in any wicks, and you'll be fine. Obviously, I believe in everyone. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll have our next one up on Thursday after the market close. If you have any questions or just any comments, share your thoughts and stuff in the comments section. And I look forward to talking to you guys later, all right? So take care and bye-bye.